Good day everyone, I'm Crystal Joy from Team Purple and I will discuss post-war year and social welfare administration. Bureau of Public Welfare reopened in 1946 but due to lack of funds greatly limited its operation. On October 4, 1947, the Bureau became Social Welfare Commission and was placed under the Office of the President. The Social Welfare Commission offered three categories of services. 1. Child welfare including probation and parole services and institutional care for various groups. 2. The assistance, a form of relief and casework service to indigent war victims and physically handicapped and infirm. 3. Coordination and supervision of all public welfare activities. War Relief Office was placed under the control of the Social Welfare Commission. It carried out relief, family and child welfare, and rehabilitation services to the victim of the war. Other activities of this are establishment of welfare home for women and girls as a result of an anti-venereal disease drive and was set up to provide shelter, medical care, and to rehabilitate young wayward women and setting up the employment and related services under its Public Assistance Department. In August 1948, President Elpidio Quirino created the President Action Committee on Social Amelioration, which was charged with the duty of giving relief assistance to the hungry, the homeless, and the sick, to victims of depredation of violence. In 1948, the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, became active in the Philippines. The United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, created by the United Nations General Assembly in 1946 to further maternal and child health in economically undeveloped countries. On January 3, 1951, the Social Welfare Commission and the PACSA were fused into one agency called the Social Welfare Administration. The Social Welfare Administration had two programs, assistance and service. They give material assistance such as food, financial assistance, transportation assistance, medical assistance, institutional care, and job respite are provided to dependent minors, the elderly, and the handicapped, as well as customers with temporary requirements and issues. Rendered in form of rehabilitation service for employable disabled, a service to squatters evicted from their homes, and services to the organization of the handicapped. Child Welfare Division is under SWA. They give guidance services for children who remain at home and child protection services. The Division of Rural Welfare in SWA was created by Administrative Order No. 7 on September 5, 1951 to deal with the mounting social problems in the rural areas. The SWA was reformed in 1954 and the Community Development Division established new community projects such as self-help centers, community kitchens, and cottage enterprises. RA 4373, an act to regulate practice of social work and the operation of social work agencies in the Philippines. This law requires for licensure or registration as a social worker. The registration requires the Bachelor of Science in Social Work degree, 1,000 hours of work supervised field practice, and passing a government board examination in social work. It says that to become professional social worker, we need to take the licensure examination, we need to pass the board examination to become registered social worker. President Ferdinand Marcos approved RA 5416, known as the Social Welfare Act, in 1968, established SWA as the department. The department drew up comprehensive social welfare program along the following concerns. 1. Preventive and remedial programs and services for individual, families, and communities. 2. Protective remedial and developmental welfare services for children. 3. Vocational rehabilitation and related services for the physical handicapped, ex-convict, and individual for special needs. 4. And lastly, training, research, and special projects.
So, ano nga ba ang mga pangyayari at mahalagang impormasyon na maaari nating ugnay sa mga ipinatupad noong 70s na tungkol sa serbisyo o programa na makututulong sa ating bansa? So, let's begin with the events of the September 8, 1997, the Department of Social Welfare was renamed Department of Social Services and Development with signing of Presidential Decree number 994 by President Ferdinand E. Marcos. Department of Social Welfare and Development is shifting emphasis from the traditional often institution based on social welfare to community-oriented program. So, example nito ay yung may mga business or yung magsisimula pa lang ng business ay sila yung na-oriented para napalago pa yung kanilang negosyo sa pamagitan ng pagbibigay ng programang ito ng puhunan or maliit na puhunan para naman sa gayon ay ito ay makadagdag sa kanilang pagsisimula. So, ang department ay nag-concentrate sa pagbibigay ng pangangailangan ng mga tao sa komunidad sa pamagitan ng programang ito. Paano nga ba ang self-employment assistance? So, dito nakabalog ang pagbibigay ng puhunan sa mga taong may maliit na negosyo o kaya naman magsisimula pa lang ng negosyo. Daycare Center and Supplemental Feeding. So, ito yung nagbibigay ng pagkain at masustansyang pagkain sa mga enrolled sa daycare center. So, ito yung recommended by Food and Nutrition Research Institution. Nagsiserve sila during break time on daycare center. Emergency assistance. So, ito yung programa na nagbibigay sa bawat pamilya na kaagad na tulong o assistance sa oras ng sakuna katulad ng medical, police at fire protection. So, sa oras na nangyari itong sitwasyon na ito, ay agad na silang pupunta at darating sa lugar na pinangyarihan ng sitwasyong ito. Special services for orphan, abandoned, neglected, disabled, and other types of special need. So, ang special services para sa mga batang nasa lansangan o yung naabandono ng kanilang magulang o yung may mga kapansanan is maaari silang idulog sa Child and Youth Welfare Program na kung saan ito yung serbisyo na nagbibigay proteksyon, alaga at nagkukup sa mga batang walang tirahan at walang sapat na pera para nabigyan ng gandang buhay ang bawat pamilya. Barangay approach. So, ang barangay approach naman ay ito yung special delivery kung saan yung mga social work is doon na pumupunta sa barangay upang doon na ibigay yung pangangailangan ng mga tao na maaaring matugunan ng mga social workers. June 2, 1987, the Department of Social Services and Development was renamed Ministry of Social Services and Development in line with change in form of government form presidential to parliamentary. Presidential Decree number 1397 is nagpo-provide ng conversations para sa mga department into ministries na ma-adapt yung mga requirements sa pagbabago mula sa presidential to a formality from a government. Ito na pumapasok yung Ministry of Service and Development na kung saan ito ay organisasyon na nagsasagawa ng programa para sa pagbabago ng bawat komunidad. In 1949, the Philippine Foundation for the Rehabilitations of the Disabled was organized in 1949 when Filipinos were first being made aware of disability. So, it is virtually launched the rehabilitation movement in the Philippines na nagbibigay ng coordinations or sa rehabilitation na magkaroon ng activities para sa mga bata. Council of Social Welfare Agencies of the Philippines ay ito yung ahensya ng gobyerno na nagpoproteksyon sa mga bata na magkaroon silang kaalaman kung ano yung kanilang karapatan. So, sila yung nagsasagawa o nagmo-monitor sa mga bata na naaabuso o sinasaktan ng kanilang mga magulang. Kaya naman, dinadala sila sa rehabilitation center para doon maging ligtas sila at magkaroon pa ng kaalaman. It was established to study and define social work problems and human needs, na kung saan ito ay para mapag-aralan at matukoy mga problema at pangangailangan ng bawat tao tulad ng pagkain, childcare assistance at iba pa. Pangalawa, at upang ma-develop ng mabuti kung paano magsagawa ng aksyon para matugunan ang mga pangangailangan ng tao. Pangatlo, at makakatutulong din ito upang ma-improve pa ang pagsasagawa ng programa upang mas marami pang matulungan. At ito ay nagsiserve as the National Committee for the International Conference on Social Welfare. Kung ang nangangailangan ng ating tulong, ang Community Chest ay isang organisasyon na may responsibilidad ng pangongolekta ng pera o pagbibigay tulong kagaya ng pagdodonate ng pera mula sa charity sa iba't ibang komunidad. Tulad ng sakuna, maraming tao ngayon ang nagdodonate ng pera at ibang pangangailangan ng tao mula sa charity upang matugunan o matulungan ang mga naapektuhan ng bagyo o anumang sakuna. In the early 50s, nag-over ng 1-year degree program na tinatawag na Master of Art in Social Administration, na kung saan ang first director is si Jose Fasasa Hara Martinez na nagko-convince na para mabuksan ang Philippine Women University of Social Work. Early 50s, the Philippine Youth Welfare Coordinating Council is known as the Council for the Welfare of Children. It was created through Presidential Decree 6003 and also known as the Child and Youth Welfare Code in 1994. Saan ang Child and Youth Welfare is programa ng mga bata na may malaking problema sa kanilang pamilya, kaya naman ito ay nagbibigay ng advocacy para sa mga karapatan ng mga bata ngayon at noon. Ang Philippine Rural Reconstruction Movement. So ito yung non-governmental organization na kung saan ito isang maliit na grupo na organisasyon na nagsasagawa ng advocacy o project tungkol sa environment, the right of women, children, and youth, na kung saan ito ay nakatuon sa edukasyon para provide ang educational courses tulad ng local economy, agriculture at iba pa. Talang ang Philippine Business for Social Progress ay isang malaking negosyo o organisasyon ng NGO na nag-ooperate sa citizenships, sustainable development at kahirapan ng mga tao, na kung saan itong programa na ito ay nagbibigay tulong sa edukasyon, kalusugan ng mga tao at sa environment na ating kinagagalawan.
Good morning everyone. My name is Reniel F. Bamonte and I am here to discuss about the 80s. So first, we have Self-Employment Assistance or SEA. The ministry's banner program was upgraded to make it more responsive to clients' needs. Clients, individually or in groups, were able to make out bigger loans to expand their income-generating projects. The total family approach that guided the program put emphasis on food production and nutrition, and provided training in business management skills. The objective of this program is to enhance the socio-economic skills of poor families through this program of community-based associations for entrepreneurial development. Next are the other significant achievements of the MSSD. First in our list is the launching of the case management system. This employed the family approach with a set of social welfare indicators, or SWI. SWI is a set of conditions and situations and resource utilization that enables a client to function adequately and make full use of opportunities available in the community to improve his situation or resolve problems.
Another significant achievement of the MSSD is the greater cooperation among non-government organizations. As you can see, cooperation is always important to achieve group and organizational goals. Next is we have the increased participation of local governments. Local authorities are playing a more or bigger role, supportive role, for instance, by providing facilities or making them available.
In addition, municipalities can use neighborhood budgets to help residents get things done in their area. Another one is the coordination with the NGOs. Coordination is always important in minimizing the conflicts, rivalries are ended, wastages, delays, indifferences, and other organizational problems. It ensures smooth function of the organization, hence with the help of coordination, an organization can fulfill its objectives promptly. Another one is the family planning motivation. Family planning can have positive side effects to a family. For example, the mother can give enough time and opportunity to love and provide attention to her husband and her children. For the children will all get all attention, security, love, and care that they deserve. And for the father, he can provide his children's basic needs. Examples of these are food, shelter, and etc. Another is the strong tie-up with NGOs, local government units, and civic-minded individuals. A strong connection between organizations always plays an important role in a good relationship. Another one is the Integrated Human Resource Development Program or IHRDP. This program is designed to create employment in a holistic way by combining efforts of the public, private, and civil society sectors in its efforts to reduce poverty levels. Executive Order Number 123. On January 13, 1987, President Corazon Aquino signed the Executive Order Number 123, recognizing MSSD and renaming it the Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD. Here are the DSWD's major social programs. First one, we have Family and Community Welfare. This program is intended to assist socially disadvantaged families to develop their capability in defining needs and formulating solutions to bring out desired social changes. Examples of these are family planning, motivation program, domestic adoption, supplementary feeding program, and many more. Another one is the Child and Youth Welfare. Refers to the services and activities designed for the care, protection, participation, and rehabilitation of children and youth in difficult situations and ensure their social adjustment, total growth, and development. Examples of these are character development and ethical enrichment activities, mentoring activities including one-on-one relationship building and tutoring. Another one is Women's Welfare. The Women's Welfare Program is one of the regular programs of the Ministry of Social Services, which aims to promote the welfare of disadvantaged women, giving special attention to the prevention, eradication of exploitation of women in any forms, as well as promotion of skills for employment and self-actualization. Next is we have the welfare of disabled, including the elderly. The comprehensive program for persons with disabilities aims to promote services to all types of PWDs, the self-help group of PWDs. The program focuses on areas of disability prevention, rehabilitation, and equalization of opportunities. Another one is the emergency assistance for victims of natural and man-made disasters. Providing rescue services, the government is also the most well-equipped when it comes to providing rescue services.
In the 90s, the five areas of concern have been continued carried out. But the DSWD prioritized the low-income municipalities and other depressed barangays, for they are the one who needs the provision of welfare, support, and service. Dahil sa status ng kanilang pamumuhay, maaaring ang mga ito ay ang mga taong nasa laylayan, mga hindi nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral, walang trabaho, may mga malubhang karamdaman, walang sapat na pondo para sa pang-araw-araw ng kanilang pamumuhay. At maaari rin ang mga taong ito ay salta lamang sa isang lugar kung kaya't hindi mabigyan ng probisyon ang kanilang mga pangangailangan. Kung kaya't sila ay nararapat na bigyan ng suporta at pansin sapagkat kulang ang kanilang kaalaman upang makaangat sa kanilang sitwasyon. Sa taong ding ito ay ang mga DSWD ay kaagapay sa mga disaster management sa iba't ibang lugar dito sa bansa. At ang kanilang pangunahing layunin ay matugunan ang kinasasadlakan ng mga kliyente mula sa isang traumatic experiences sa pamamagitan ng crisis incident stress debriefing. Kagaya na lamang kung isang tao ay naging biktima ng isang natural disaster na bagyo o typhoon at ang kanyang mahal sa buhay ay namatay. Ang CISD ay isang kaagapay upang makabangon ito o ang isang tao mula sa traumatic experiences na kanyang kinasasadlakan. On October 10, 1991, RA 7160, known as the Local Government Code, was passed. The DSWD, along with the other national agencies, had to devolve its implementing functions to the local government units starting 1992. Binibigyan tulong at suporta ng DSWD ang LGU sa pamamagitan ng klaro na pulisiya at plano upang maitaguyod ng may kaayusan ng programa at serbisyo para sa bawat nangangailangan. Ito man ay individual, pamilya, komunidad, lalo't higit kung ito ay nasa kritikal na sitwasyon. Ang bawat serbisyong ito ay isinasagawa sa pamamagitan ng Technical Assistance Resource Augmentation o TARA program ng DSWD. To supplement its 5 developed program areas of concern, the department retained specialized social services consisting of 4 categories. Ang layunin nito ay upang magbigay ng proteksyon at intervensyon kagaya na lamang sa mga community-based programs and services. Ito ay nakapokus sa pagbigay ng suporta sa mga emergency shelter, crisis intervention, group work case supervision, psychological guidance training, counseling, early intervention, at marami pang iba.
Non-governmental organizations. The National Economic Development Authority or NEDA defines NGOs as private, non-profit, and voluntary organizations that are committed to the task of socio-economic development and established primarily for service. A non-governmental organization or NGO is an organization that is usually formed independently of a government. They are typically non-profit organizations, many of which work in the humanities or social sciences. It may also include clubs and associations that provide services to the members and others. Ang mga NGO ang nagpapatakbo sa napakalaking kamalayan at mga programa sa pag-unlad upang wakasan ang mga kadahilanan na nag-uudyok sa kahirapan. Hindi lang sa kahirapan nakapokus ang mga NGOs, pati na rin sa kalusugan, edukasyon at sakuna. Ang PRC or Philippine Red Cross ay isa sa mga organisasyon na tumutulong sa ating bansa ngayon. Sila ang nagbibigay ng mga serbisyon tulad ng blood services, disaster management, and safety services. NGOs are categorized based on their operational level. The first one is primary NGOs, and the second one is secondary NGO, and the last one is tertiary NGOs.
Rural women in the southern Philippines like Malinao are one example of primary NGOs. Through self-help groups started by the Notre Dame Sisterhoods Foundation, they established friendship, self-assurance, and financial independence. The organizations start out as saving groups for women, but they eventually turn into lending programs and stay as support groups. Government services are provided through the foundation, which assists rural women who might feel intimidated in navigating the red tape to access free health care, social welfare benefits, and even free vegetable garden seedlings from the Department of Agriculture. In one of the backyard gardens where members of his self-help groups are encouraged to produce vegetable, Sister Susan Bolaño is pictured checking tomato vines. Secondary NGOs. The agency is composed of different professions providing service to the beneficiaries. Tertiary NGOs are usually a network of NGOs established for mutual assistance or for special purposes.
RA 4373 provides that no social work agency shall operate and be accredited unless it shall first have registered with the Social Welfare Administration, which shall issue the corresponding certificate of registration. RA 5416 empowers department to set standards and policies to ensure effective implementation of public and private social welfare programs. Accredit public and private institutions and organizations engaged in social welfare activity, including the licensing of child caring and child placement institutions, and provide consultative services to them. 3. Coordinate government and voluntary efforts in social welfare work to avoid duplication, friction, and overlapping of responsibility in social services.
Hello, what's up? Kamusta? Kaya pa ba? Kayang-kaya yan. This is me, Angela, and I will discuss the selected social legislation here in the Philippines. Do you have any idea about social legislation? Or what is social legislation? Social legislation includes laws that provides particular protection to the benefits of the society. Ito ay ang mga batas na ipinapatupad para sa ating sariling kapakinabangan tungo sa isang maayos at maunlad na ekonomiya. We have a social legislation for children.
First, we have a Presidential Decree number 603, or also called as Child and Youth Welfare Code. This code defines child and youth and their rights and entitlements, including services that should be provided for their wholesome development. Ang mga halimbawa nito ay ang kanilang karapatan makapag-aral at mabigyan ng proteksyon dulot ng diskriminasyon o anumang pang-aabuso. Karapatan din nila na mamuhay ng mapayapa at naaayon sa kung anong dapat na kanilang karapatan bilang isang mamamayan ng ating bansa. The second social legislation for children is the Republic Act 6972, or what we call Barangay Level Total Development and Protection of Children Act. Ang mga Filipino children na may edad hanggang 6 na taon ay deserve mabigyan ng maayos na kalinga, pangangalaga at atensyon ng pamilya at ng komunidad. Patungo sa layuning ito, magtatatag ng daycare center sa bawat barangay para sa pagpapaunlad at proteksyon sa tulong ng children program na itinadhana sa batas na ito at itinatag sa bawat barangay daycare center. Republic Act 7658. It is an act prohibiting the employment of children below 15 years of age in public and private undertakings. Halimbawa, si Johnny ay 10 years old pa lamang at pinipilit na siyang magtrabaho ng kaniyang mga magulang upang magkaroon sila ng kita o may makain sa pang-araw-araw. Ayon sa batas na ito, maaaring makasuhan ang mga magulang ni Johnny dahil hindi responsibilidad ng isang bata na magtrabaho para sa kaniyang pamilya. Republic Act 8043, or what we call Inter-Country Adoption Act of 1995. Sa pamamagitan nito ay nabibigyan ang bawat inabandona o napabayaan na bata ng isang pamilya na mag-aaruga at magbibigay ng pagmamahal at pangangalaga na karapatan ng bawat bata. Ang batas din na ito ang nagpapahintulot sa mga dayuhan na hindi pinahihintulutan na mag-ampon ng mga batang Pilipino kung ang naturang bata ay hindi maaaring ampunin ng kwalipikadong mamamayang Pilipino man o dayuhan. Republic Act 8552, or what we call Domestic Adoption Act of 1998,
an act establishing the rules and policies on the domestic adoption of the Filipino children. Republic Act 6525, labag sa batas para sa sinumang taga-empleyo na magdiskrimina laban sa sinumang babaeng empleyado na may maayos at hangad na magtrabaho dahil lamang sa kanyang kasarian. Republic Act 6955, which was approved on June 13, 1990. Ito ay ang pagbabawal sa pagtutugma ng partikular na pag-aasawa ng kababaihang Pilipino sa mga dayuhang mamamayan gamit ang mga mail advertisement, publication, printing o pamamahagi ng brochure. Republic Act 7192 or Women in Development and National Building Act. Ang batas na ito ay nagbibigay sa mga kababaihan ng buong legal na kapasidad na kumilos at pumasok sa mga kontrata. Binibigyan sila ito ng pantay na antas sa pagiging miyembro sa lahat ng sosyal, civic, recreational dub, pati na rin ang karapatang makapasok sa mga paaralang militar. Republic Act 8353 or what we call the Anti-Rape Law of 1997, isinaalang-alang sa batas na ito na maaaring mabiktima ng panggagahasa ang sinumang tao, whether it is a prostituted person, a non-virgin, or one who has an active sexual life, may be victimized by rape. Republic Act 8505 or what we call Rape Victim Assistance and Protection Act of 1998. Sa mga biktima ng panggagahasa ay papasok din dito ang iba pang ahensya ng pamahalaan na maaaring makatulong sa pagpapatayo ng mga rape crisis center sa bawat lalawigan upang ito ang magtulong at magprotekta sa mga biktima ng panggagahasa. One of the social legislations for disabled person is the Republic Act 7277 or the Magna Carta for Disabled Person. It is an act that provides rehabilitation for disabled person for his or her self-reliance and self-development. Disabled persons have the same right as the other people to take their proper place in the society. They should be able to live freely and as independently as possible. Republic Act 7432. The policies of this law is to encourage and motivate the senior citizen to contribute to nation building. Republic Act 7876 or the Senior Citizen Center of the Philippines. This center will serve as a venue for educational, recreational, social, and health programs and activity for senior citizens. This is hereby established a senior citizen center in every city and municipalities under direct supervision of DSWD. One of the social legislations for family is the Republic Act 7696. The increase in pension and benefits, which the state can help show their compassion and appreciation for our beloved war veterans and help ameliorate their plight. Republic Act 8187 or the Paternity Leave Act of 1996. It allows a married male employee to earn compensation for 7 working days without reporting for work, provided that his spouse has delivered a child or had a miscarriage or an abortion. Republic Act 8369 or Family Courts Act of 1997. It provides for the establishment of family courts in every province and city. Pinangangasiwaan nito ang karapatan at kalayaan ng mga bata at kababaihan ukol sa mas malusog at ligtas na pamumuhay. Executive Order 209 or the Family Code of the Philippines. The basic law covering person and family relations governs marriages, legal separations, property, relations between spouses, and parental authority, among others.
RA 7875, an act instituting a national health insurance program for all Filipinos and establishing Philippine Health Insurance Corporation for the purpose.
RA 7875, it aims to give a Filipino access to affordable, high-quality healthcare services as well as health insurance coverage.
RA 7883, an act granting benefits and incentives to accredited barangay health workers.
RA 7883. It is a law that regards accredited BHWs with incentives for providing the community with voluntary health services. RA 7160. It enables establishment of a more responsive local government structure to a decentralized system in which more authority, resources, and powers are given to the local government units or LGUs.
RA 8344 makes it illegal to refuse to provide medical care and support when it is necessary to prevent death or permanent disability, in the event that the hospital or clinic lacks the necessary medical equipment.
RA 8344, an act penalizing refusal of hospitals and medical clinics to administer appropriate initial medical treatment and support in emergency or serious cases, amending for the purpose of BP 702, prohibiting the demand of deposits or advance payments for the confinement or treatment of patients in hospital medical clinics in certain cases.
RA 8371, an act to recognize, protect, promote the rights of indigenous cultural communities, peoples, creating a national commission on indigenous peoples, establishing implementing mechanics and appropriating funds for the purpose. RA 8425, an act institutionalizing the social reform and poverty alleviation program, creating for the purpose of National Anti-Poverty Commission and defining its powers and functions.
RA 8425 explains that basic needs are neglected in poverty in a variety of ways, including health, nutrition, water, shelter, and decent housing, and education, among others.
And now, let us talk about one of the selected legislative in the Philippines under the Labor and Employment. Mapapansin na maraming Republic Act na naipasa para sa mga proteksyon, kalayaan, seguridad ng ating mga laborers sa bansa. Mula pa lamang sa Social Security, ito ay proteksyon para sa kani-kanilang pamilya, sarili laban sa mga panganib ng kapansanan, pagkakasakit, dala ng katandaan at kamatayan. At meron din tayong batas na nagtataas ng minimum na sahod sa paglalo na tigit sa mga workers natin na deserve nila ng ganitong uri ng sahod. At meron din tayong batas na nagdedeklara ng sexual harassment ng laban sa kanilang pagtatrabaho. Sapagkat meron tayong mga workers na nabubuli, nagkakaroon ng discriminations at ang mga ganitong uri ng mga batas ay mahalaga sapagkat maipapataas ang antas ng bawat isa sa lipunan. At higit sa lahat, magiging klaro at maayos ang seguridad ng bawat manggagawa sa kani-kanilang sarili, kani-kanilang pamilya at sariling buhay. And now, to end our discussion, I will give you some facts related to social work. Today, innumerable social agencies, organizations, and institutions supported by private donations provide a wide range of social services. NGOs play a critical role in meeting the needs of our society's growingly underprivileged segments. Sa madaling sabi, ang maaari lamang mag-conduct ng mga gawain ng social welfare and services ay ang mga taong nakapasa sa social work profession. Tandaan, ang social work is a practice-based profession and academic discipline. At ang maaari lamang maging practitioners ay ang mga tao na nakapasok sa requirements para ikaw ay maging practitioner ng profesyon na ito.